Introducing touch-free payments from PayPal, a safe way for your customers to pay. Whether you're a market seller,
I'll take 2 tomatoes and a cucumber.
poodle pamperer, piano tuner, or plumber. Signing up to accept touch-free payments for your business is easy. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan. Touch-free QR code payments. No seller fees until 2021. Not applicable to PayPal here transactions. Other fees may apply. Shop safe with PayPal.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond Honey Roasted Almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond Almonds. Crave victoriously.
Welcome back to another episode of Jade and XD. I am XD.
I'm Jade.
And we back like cook crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of bullshit happened this week as per usual, but since Mercury is in Boosie fade, like it did a lot. So first things first. Rest in peace to the victims of state violence. The sad thing is there's too many to name. But peace to the families and you know, hopefully justice is served. We're gonna be hopeful.
I mean, it doesn't negate anything that's going on, but the officer, the female officer.
Oh yeah, she got indicted.
She was indicted
for manslaughter. You know, that's cool and all, but let's see it to the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because time and time again we have seen, oh, they have been charged for murder, and they walk off scot-free. Also, rest in peace to Atlanta rap legend Shawty Lo.
Shawty Lo.
Victim of a horrible car accident.
Yeah.
Horrible car accident.
Very, very awful. You know, peace to his family.
Yeah. His very, very large family.
His large family. You know, it's sad that you know, that's 11 kids who ain't gonna have a daddy.
Yeah. And he was very active in their lives too.
Right, which is more than a lot of you niggas can say.
Absolutely. With just one.
Right.
So, gosh, some other fucked up shit happened, but the bombing at remember 23rd Street?
First of all, this nigga is like making bombs out of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, an old Nokia cell phone, and like
dust.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, we found Christmas lights. And a plant, and a pager.
Yeah.
And, it all made a bomb. What?
Right. So, you know, thank you for all you guys who tweeted us.
Yes.
And that was very nice of you. Jade and I were together, actually.
Yeah.
At the time. We went to Duran Bernard's concert, which he did amazing.
He did really well.
But all of us were safe. I know you guys checked on the host of the read and in the friend zone. And,
I wasn't online, but Fran told me that she vouched for me, so that's cute.
Yeah. We were all safe, but if you were injured, I know this one young lady I follow, she was injured.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's fine now. She was a little scratched up, but still, it's
nobody died though, right?
No, yeah, but it's still like, you know, jarring, like,
right?
Especially if you lived here during 9/11, and there's always those thoughts. You know what I mean? That's
exactly.
some legit PTSD shit. You know what I mean?
You never know what's going on.
Yeah, because motherfuckers are crazy.
And don't be in the train.
Man, listen.
You remember that time we were on the train?
Yeah. So one year, Jade and I were going to Dustin's birthday brunch, and we were on the train. Jade was pregnant.
Oh yeah, I was.
And we were on the train. All of a sudden, we smelled something burning, but we were like, you know, it could just be weave. You know, nothing like
Weed.
Yeah, nothing out of the usual because it's New York. But all of a sudden, like, it got dark in the train and then smoky.
And like when I tell you the next stop felt like it was 25 minutes away.
Yeah.
We were like, we are out right now.
And booked it and got a cab. But that happened to me and Kyle too. Like, we were at the 23rd Street station on 6th Avenue where that damn bombing was. We were waiting for the train and we see these sparks. And I'm like, what is that? Like, you know, maybe it's like, I don't know. Then I see a little flame. I'm just like, Kyle, bitch. Like, and all of a sudden, boom. When I tell you, we all hightailed it out of that train station.
Quick.
Fast and in a hurry. So,
have you ever had to climb along the walls, like out of the train before it gets to the next stop? I have.
Oh my God, why?
I don't remember what was going on, but the train was stopped and we were in one of the cars that was not at the stop, and we had to literally walk through all of the cars and then climb out and like be
in the tunnel.
In the tunnel and then climb out to get up to the station.
What the fuck?
I don't remember what was going on. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, how was your week?
I feel like it's been trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's been trying between looking for an apartment, like in the very immediate future.
Yeah.
And just running an everyday, day-to-day business and life
apartment
in general.
Hunting fucking sucks.
Oh, it is.
Like, it blows. It sucks, the big one.
Oiny, though.
Yeah.
Only in New York does apartment hunting.
I don't know. I feel like everywhere it fucking sucks.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, because when I lived upstate New York, yeah, I mean, all the apartments cost like $3.87.
Right.
But it's a matter of finding the good apartment that's $3.87.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. But
like here, it's even extra, like,
because we're oversaturated, so it's like it's a constant rat race. It's make sure you put money down while you're inquiring about this, because if you don't, they're gonna let 17 other niggas, excuse me, not niggas, they're gonna let 17 other Yakubians come see the apartment. You're gonna be the only nigga in the apartment in the middle of East Flatbush looking at this pasty bitch in her face and wondering, why are you getting ready to live here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was my week.
No, it's real.
Like, that's my week.
No, that's some real ass shit.
I've had some great Uber drivers this week, though. Juno drivers this week.
Oh yeah, you gotta put me on.
Yeah, Juno is lit. It's like 20% off right now.
Do you get like referrals?
I have to figure out how to I can't figure out how to send it to people.
Well, if you get a link, just drop it in the description box so niggas can get free rides. And
absolutely, because I use it every day. I've had some great drivers, all Middle Eastern, some, except I've had a couple and I tweet about those, but I've had some really nice conversations, and I know that I have offered a different perspective to a lot of those drivers, just about like young black people, and they don't expect to get into these conversations with me. And I've had two people, one guy told me this week that it was like talking to one of his family members. And that was
That's
nice.
a good or a bad thing. I'm not sure. I'm good at saying it's a good thing.
I think it was meant as a compliment.
Okay. I
didn't take any negativity from it. And then the one I had on the way here today, he was like, "This was such a pleasure." I was like, so that was really nice. I've had some nice conversations with people. How was your week?
Oh wow.
I know partly how it was.
Yeah. Partly my week was it was okay. I survived. I'm just, some of it's some bullshit, but I'm gonna thank God anyway. I'm still here.
Amen.
you know, I'm just still trusting and leaning on the everlasting arm, you know, because it's all I can do. I'm starting something new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a class. So I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
I go on Saturday, actually.
Okay.
I also haven't been watching TV. This isn't related to what we're talking about today. But yeah, I haven't been watching TV.
Oh, I've literally just watched about 45 episodes of Chopped.
Okay.
Like, legitimately.
And the reason why I haven't watched TV because, like, you know, there's so much happening, like, around us.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only is the media just, like, a lot, but, like, living here is a fucking lot, you know? And then, like, the interpersonal relationships we have, it's just a lot of energies. And so I'm just kind of, like, I've just been at home, like, in silence. And when I tell you, it is so refreshing and charging.
That's real.
Recharging just to, like, be with yourself.
Speaking of TV,
Yeah.
congratulations to our sis Crystal,
Yeah.
who was nominated for an Emmy, went to the Emmy, showed up and showed out
When I tell
a
you,
day after her
I
birthday.
Screamed when I saw her picture.
Well, I saw her dress beforehand. I was at her house actually on her birthday the night before she flew out. We were playing Monopoly. That's what we did for her birthday. We played Monopoly.
That's lit.
And she showed me the dress. She had been freaking out about this dress for forever. And I kept telling her, like, you're going to be fine. It's going to look great. Like, stop worrying about it. She showed me that dress, and I didn't know what to do. She looked amazing. So, shout out to her for all that she's accomplished, all that she's doing. I'm so proud of you. And I am so proud that you were nominated. You got to go out there and you better just be famous and be black and be a woman and be magical and all over the place.
Abso-motherfucking-lutely.
So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. So today, we're not covering pop culture.
Mm-mm.
And I think Jade and I had a conversation about, like, we don't really care about pop culture.
We really don't.
If y'all want to
Some
listen
of
to,
it,
yeah,
but-
some of it. But if y'all want to listen to pop culture, there's tons of other shows that talk about pop culture. We're going to just try to give you the best content about shit we care about.
And there's so much going on that we might as well talk about shit that we care about.
Yeah.
Because we talking about all of the other bullshit every day, all day,
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah. So if you hear less and less about, oh, I can't wait to see what XD and Jade say about this, it's kind of like, well, girl, we don't really.
We might make mention, but
Yeah.
our goal is to take you away from that.
Yeah. So today we are talking about colored TV.
Well, TV, but mostly colored TV.
Yeah, color TV. Yeah, we're talking about TV today.
Mm-hmm.
All of our favorite shows, and hopefully some of your faves too.
Disclaimer. Just know that we have a certain amount of time to record,
Yeah.
and we're not going to be able to cover everything. Let me just say that up front before we get a bunch of tweets and messages about, you all forgot this, and you forgot this song, and you forgot this, and you forgot this. Like,
It's like, yeah, we know. Our bad.
right.
Also, I apologize to the listeners for saying that the members of Queen were all dead. Apparently, it's just Freddie Mercury. My effing Beezy. Okay? I heard ya. I'm with
see
ya.
ya.
I seen ya. I'm with it.
We see each other.
Like, I apologize from the rooter to the tutor. Like, I was wrong. Thanks for correcting me.
Okay, guys, you convinced me.
Yeah.
Oriental's offensive.
Shop our sponsors. Listen to us every week. iTunes, SoundCloud, all that. Please rate us 5 stars. Also, if you'd like to advertise or book us directly on the show, you can email us at jadenxd@gmail.com. And let's talk about some television. You know, TV right now is like really, really good. Like, there's a lot of blackness on TV. For the record, guys, guess who watches O now?
First of all, the only reason I don't...
You watch Queen Sugar.
The only reason I didn't pirate it
Either way, it's from an own show.
is because I don't know how to use my computer. Okay. First of all,
Either way.
I literally want you all to know that we bought this fancy big screen MacBook.
This is a real like.
And I have looked at it like all of 1.5 times.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Yeah, this is like a rich white person's MacBook, and yeah.
And this is XD's MacBook because I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but we're talking about black shows from the days of yore. Yeah, so the Cosby Show, it just had its anniversary premiere date today. Mm-hmm. Today is Thursday, the 22nd. Yeah, it's been on. We're at what, 30 years?
I think we're at 30. I think we're at 32 years.
Yeah. I know Malcolm Jamal Warner celebrated it on the gram.
And I feel like, you know what? I feel like he said it elegantly, too. Because he said, it doesn't matter what you think about the man behind the show.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even really address it like that. He was like, it doesn't matter what you think about the man behind the show. Let's put that to the side for just a second and talk about the show itself.
Yeah.
And I didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
No, I completely understand. The Cosby Show was a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal to everybody. Well, a lot of people.
My child was born in 2013, and one of her favorite shows is The Cosby Show.
Yeah, she actively watches it.
It relates.
It requests to watch the
Cosby Show. I want to watch Cosby Show.
Yeah.
So, like, it's influential, and it's relatable to all generations.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a Claire mom.
They all had horrible children, though.
In real life?
No, like, all of the Huxtable children are horrible.
Vanessa is Meg.
Yeah, like Sandra grew up to be,
What, a Trump supporter?
Yeah. What's interesting? Like, I feel like if this was, like, super progressive, like, Sandra would have ended up with a white man.
She kind of did.
Yeah.
And, like, Elvin's parents were Jamaican, or his father was Jamaican.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing about Brooklyn. Like, they did incorporate it in that, but they still didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that Elvin's father was Jamaican, because that's...
You know what I didn't understand about the Cosby Show, now that we're talking about it in relations to Brooklyn? They they lived in, like, Brooklyn Heights, which is what, off the 2 train or whatever, like, towards downtown, like Clark Street or whatever.
Yeah, the two of the
They treated Pam like she was from fucking, like, Mississippi, but she was from Bed-Stuy. Like,
I thought she was from the Bronx.
No, she was from Bed-Stuy. They went to a party in the Bronx.
Yes, and that's when they specifically said, I'm just going to take the
D
train.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she was from Bed-Stuy. She was probably from my block.
Real Real.
Yeah.
Real.
Probably Roosevelt Projects, but still. Or Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my point is the fact that they made her seem like she was from like...
Brevoort.
Yeah. They made her seem like she was from like Dunfar, but
They did.
she was literally a 10-minute drive.
But you know what,
Or a
low-key
10-minute
though?
bike ride.
Low-key. When Pam came in their house looking around like, this is nice. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. If we
Yeah.
go to somebody's house right now, look, I'll give you a small story.
Oh gosh.
Tristan and I went to a poetry reading in Flatbush. This lady bought a whole house and she hosted this poetry reading, and it was like all these different authors and poets.
Did
and
they
stuff.
talk like this and did a lot of this and this?
I feel like the new age poets have pulled away from that.
Thank God.
But there's still like a new style that they do, and a lot of them incorporate like music. Anyway, so we go to this house and we're like, I wonder if she's like the first floor or the second floor. Like when we walked up, we walked in and it was like a whole house, like with a staircase with like pictures that went up the staircase, and like a kitchen that was beautiful, and a living room and a other room. And we were like, this is your house?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I just bought it. It's great. Da 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 da. And we were like the whole thing is yours? And then she was like, yeah, and I have some rooms upstairs. I'll take you upstairs and show. You'll take us upstairs? And like we were
I ain't never been nowhere.
and when we left, we were like, yo, that was nice. Like that was nice, right? So I relate to Pam in that case where she walked in their house and she was amazed. Like, y'all, like I can go all over here?
Yeah.
That's not somebody else's apartment? So.
What's your favorite episode of The Cosby Show?
Woo, that's rough. But I think off rip, it might be the episode where Theo thought he could live on his own. And then they transformed the house into an apartment.
Yeah.
And everybody had a role.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Huh.
What's yours?
You know, I don't have one.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah. Because I'm not like, let me put it this way. As a Cosby Show, like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like my favorite show. Like, it was like, because in my house, like, we never, like, yeah, it was on, but like, we never, it wasn't like my mother's thing.
Oh no.
And my grandmother didn't like let us. They watched the news. You know what I mean? Like now, I knew who Dan Rather was as a motherfucker.
Yo,
because
you've
old
always
people
been like 70.
Yeah, because my grandparents really raised me really. Because my
That's
mother
real.
was like, I have to go to work, so I've always been older, and they would watch whatever came on after 60 Minutes and shit. Like Murphy Brown or whatever. But which was a really great show. Okay. But no, like Cosby Show when it came, I didn't really get into the Cosby Show until I got older. Like when I was like, I don't want to say an adult, but like coming into my own.
I've watched Cosby Show as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And I remember when like the later seasons were out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember them coming on like new episodes.
Yeah. No. Like I remember they would come on, but like that wasn't our thing.
And I loved I loved it. And I loved all the different like not generations, but the different like seasons, because I actually appreciate, how when shows like later on they get bad. I liked when Pam came because I loved Charmaine and Lance.
Oh,
Lance.
Yeah.
Like I loved them. So no, I love the Cosby Show. Gordon Gartrell, all that. Like I love the Cosby Show.
Speaking of the Cosby Show.
I know my parents loved me. Stand behind me, come
different world.
Yes, definitely.
A different world is definitely like Twitter.
Yes.
like
Yes.
Like it's Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
What was Freddie's man's name? Not Shabazz. What was? We gotta look that up.
Yeah.
What was that? Gary Durden.
Dordan. Who is fine.
He's light skinned, but he's fine, right?
Yeah. Look at you claiming your own.
And he got light eyes, and you know I don't trust niggas with light eyes.
Me either. Gary Dordan has always been fine.
Shazaa.
Yeah, Shazaa.
Shazaa.
Yeah.
Shazaa.
Yeah.
Did you love Different World?
I didn't. Honestly, I remember my cousin, because my cousin is older. She's 15 years older than I am, and so when she came to live with me and my mother, she would watch it more so. But I didn't really get into A Different World until it came to like Netflix or Hulu, one of those, like 2 years ago. Like I remember vague episodes. Like I remember when Patti LaBelle would go on there because it would be the spinoff to Out All Night.
Yes.
On NBC. I liked it. They were what?
Do you remember when Gladys Knight was on there? You don't remember the Love Overboard episode? Love Overboard.
So here's the thing. I used to do drugs, so I don't remember a lot. So. Yeah.
Well,
I need to stop saying that line.
The very first season was actually the worst. The one with Denise was the worst.
Oh, when
season.
Marissa Tomei was on.
That was the worst season of Different World.
Yeah, it was.
It was the worst
because Denise was on it. Because again, the Huxtables bred horrible human beings.
Theo wasn't horrible.
Okay.
You think Theo was horrible? I really think Theo was a boy.
You know what? You know something, and this is something, audience, you have to help me out. For years, I have struggled with trying to figure out if he was fine or not.
Let me stop you right there. He wasn't.
It's like, because what fucked it up, it was like, because when he got older, he went to NYU. It was like, oh, okay, I see it. And then he did Homeboys in Outer Space. Oh. So it was like, I don't. Of course you would like that show.
No, I didn't like Homeboys in Outer Space. What?
You know, it's crazy how like a Cosby Show alum and a Different World alum ended up on a UPN show, the same show at that. Yeah, I just
the network of doom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're moving on now to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
This is our ending theme to every episode. And I feel like it is like the perfect ending to everything, because it's just like Listen, The Jeffersons is really
funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. And problematic.
Because it had a white man married to a who? Mm-hmm. And it was back in the day when it was a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and George Jefferson. And you know what?
What?
Because you know he was bisexual.
IRL?
Yeah. Oh my God!
I didn't feel like saying all the words.
My reaction was so
that
gay.
was gay as
hell.
I
know. That was so gay. But
bad up, nigga.
Yeah. My bad.
Put some back.
My bad. But yeah, no, and
wait,
yeah.
Sherman Hemsley is bi?
Well, he's no longer with us.
Well, you know.
Yeah, bisexual.
Like openly?
Well, I mean, you know blacks.
I've never heard this.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have never heard this.
For real?
No, I'm dead ass.
Like, I wouldn't, like, I'm not the type of homosexual just say, oh, he's gay. Like,
No, I know, you're not, you know.
But, no, yeah. For real, for real.
Oh.
Yeah. Because this proves my point how,
Maybe
like...
that's why he was so funny.
That was going to be my point about how, like, sissies get away with shit like that. Because he was slick at the mouth.
He was slick at the tongue.
On, like, every show he was on.
Yes! I loved it.
Amen. Wasn't he on, what, Sparks? Not Sparks. One of them other shows on UPN. Everybody had a smart-ass mouth on the Jeffersons.
No, they legit did.
Marla Gibbs, like, they were all, like...
They were sassy.
Rude.
They were all sassy.
And disrespectful to one another. And I loved it because they lived on the Upper East Side.
That's right.
In a rich-ass apartment. I wonder how much that apartment would go for now.
Something that I can't even imagine. Something that I just don't even know.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably like 12 of my lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lives matter.
Yeah. But anyway.
Keeping your head above water, making a way when you can.
Temporary layoffs,
Good times, easy credit rip-offs. Good times,
scratching and surviving.
good times, hanging in a job. Good times, ain't we lucky we got 'em? Good times.
So, Good Times was a horrible show.
Yeah.
And I have seen every episode twice.
Every single one.
Oh, God. Where do you... So, I have a theory. So, like, my theory about Good Times is very, like, similar to everybody else's. Like, James, like, faked his own death.
Yeah.
Because he was tired of, Florida. I feel like she trapped him, and because he was honorable, he stayed for the kids as long as he could, but he couldn't take it anymore because he was tired of being in the projects. But it was also low-key his fault because he was insecure. Because remember that episode where he didn't want Florida to get her GED?
Yes.
And he was upset about it, or the fact that, or to go to work?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was very insecure. He was a very insecure man. So my theory is that he faked his own death to go marry a white woman.
Oh, he Jay Electronica'd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes the most sense. And then Good Times really got whack after didn't they like move after James died? Because those seasons are a little blurry to me.
They're kind of like the 5th season of Martin.
Yeah, that we don't really talk about.
Although I'll forever always hear Michael singing You and I.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Good Times was an awful show. Like, they were all, like, JJ looked like sickle cell. Like, I don't...
Because he does.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Michael, I don't even really have an opinion about Michael.
He was a homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's all.
That's it.
Thelma was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was, yes.
And so was Walona.
Yeah. She was also like Marlo Hampton.
Yes. But she was honorable because she took in Penny.
Yeah, and abused her.
No,
I'm sorry.
Like,
whoa.
what?
No, she did not.
No, that was Kim Fields' mama.
Yeah, that was Kim Fields' mama. You're right. She took in after she was abused. Mm-hmm. Right.
Because that's my favorite episode.
Why is your favorite episode of when Penny was burned by the iron?
It just
It resonated with you?
yeah.
Like, it was method acting. You got into it.
It's the last time I believed Janet Jackson. Yep. And it's the last time I could really hear her. So.
You are so fucking dumb. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't disagree with you, actually.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
Always. And then moving on.
Yeah.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys, they were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood.
If this was real, he would have got shot.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in West Philadelphia.
Yeah, he definitely would have died.
And my mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and had dice in the mirror. If anything, I say that this cab was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. You're home to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7. I rang and I yelled to the cab, "You're home, smell you later." Looked in my kingdom. I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
He probably would have got shot there, too.
Yeah, but by white people.
Well, LAPD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, unrealistic.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air was hilarious.
Yeah.
The episode with Tisha Campbell.
Mm-hmm. I just never cared for when they got serious.
I don't know, because I had the feels when his daddy didn't come back.
It was Ben Vereen.
Like, that makes it better?
Yeah, nigga, like, I'm not gonna be sad if Ben Vereen doesn't come back.
That is so random. Sorry, okay.
No, because I wrestled with this for a long time. Because I'd always be like, "Why you love me, man?" And I was like, "It's Ben Vereen. He dances."
Yeah.
He was in Chicago.
I met James Avery before he passed.
Like right before?
No.
Oh.
No. I met him when I was in college.
He was a homosexual too?
I know, that I do know. No, I loved Fresh. What was your favorite episode of Fresh Prince?
It wasn't any episode with Tyra Banks on it.
Absolutely not.
One day I'll talk about how my disdain for Tyra Banks. Not today.
And no, America's Next Top Model is none of these shows.
No, never. When fucking Will tried to lie and got fake married to Kim Fields to get in her drawers.
Yes.
That was so fucked up.
He was awful. Will was awful.
Or when actually no. My favorite was when he lied and said he got into Princeton, and Carlton had the ill Fox News breakdown.
Oh my god.
Like meltdown. Like his world was gone.
Carlton. There's so much I can say about him.
There's so much to unpack about Carlton.
Like so much. Starting with the fact that he shaved his chest.
I do that.
Oh. But he was like 16.
I vetoed, but again, homosexual.
He was also so stocky and so small.
Yeah.
Like.
And he liked, it's not in you, like.
But you know what I appreciated about Carlton? He still liked black girls.
You know, that was the surprising thing.
I appreciated that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate that they were Republicans.
If I had that amount of money, I'd be a Republican too.
Fiscally, I guess.
Yeah, things change when it's fiscal.
I don't know.
Okay. Let some nigga drop $5 million in your pocket.
I hate politics. tax.
Let some nigga drop 10 mil in your pocket and talk about either you want less taxes or you want to help, you know, some niggas you don't know.
I'm gonna say, what do I gotta do to make you leave me alone?
Vote Republican. That's the easiest. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and then like that whole scandal with like light skin Aunt Viv, dark skin Aunt Viv. They were both awful, honestly. If you really,
I did have a
it was just dark. It was
for
just dark skin
Viv.
Viv. Dark skin Viv just had better lines. She delivered the lines better,
And she was sassier.
and she was prettier.
I didn't believe light skin on Viv
Well, yeah,
or Little Nicky.
that was so
They
weird.
could have
Is he still with
honestly-
us? Probably not.
Nah. He was buckwheat, and then I didn't see him anymore. So no, and then the episode where they got arrested the first time Carlton got a reality check.
Yeah, the real nigga
One of my
wake-up
faves.
call.
Yep, that was one of my favorites, especially when Will went on the news.
Yeah. We are living
Hey,
single.
ooh, in a '90s kind of world.
I'm glad I got my girls. Yeah. Let me tell you, living single is literally top five shows ever. You didn't
up
get my
there.
Drake reference?
I got it.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
I'm trying to be more hip. I'm
Yeah, you
trying to
are.
be more urban.
Please be more urban.
Because I've been listening to Colby Calais' first album nonstop, and it is so much everything to me.
Okay.
Listen, she was everything. And Nika Costa. Like a feather, you and I set her free, set her free, set her free, yeah.
That's awful.
Living single. Who, if you were a living single character, who would you be?
Oh, that's rough. Because I'm not Regine.
No, you're a combination between Max and Khadijah.
Yeah, not fully either one of them, but I'll take a little mixture.
Yeah. I am, don't you dare say it. Don't you dare say it, because that is disrespectful. You say the name and that's the end of our friendship. Don't.
Overton?
Oh, I'll accept that. I thought
I
you were
wasn't.
gonna
That's not who I was.
I know
gonna say.
you were going to say that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be Obi. He was low-key cute.
Who did you think I was gonna say?
I'm not saying it.
Did he used to be a roommate?
No. Exactly. I'm not giving into this.
Sinclair.
I'm not giving into this.
Sinclair.
So, leave me
Are you
alone.
Sinclair?
Leave me alone. It's killing you on the inside because you wanted to call me this person so bad. And I'm not. And I'm going to tell you why. I do not iron my drawers. I do not put baby powder on my sheets. I also do not have sex with masculine women. Despite the fact that Anyway. Yeah. No, I'm not that person. Although I do sing that person's song that they sang on the club when they went to the club.
What was the song again?
I am everything. Everything is me. I think I'm more like Khadijah anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Max.
Yeah, you're probably a blend as well.
Yeah, because I'm more apathetic about everything, and then if there's carbs, I'll eat them.
I think you're probably more Khadijah.
That's fair, because I'm alone and I throw myself into my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm more Max though.
No. I don't know. What was your favorite episode? I've seen every episode at least 17 times. Up the ladder to the roof, and we can meet together. I hated the fact that they made every excuse for them to sing. Like, no one wanted to hear Kyle sing, like, at all.
Never.
Like,
I didn't want to hear Kyle or see Kyle do anything.
Yeah, like, it was just like, oh,
I
girl,
could have done
Everett,
without Kyle.
stop.
What was your favorite episode?
Oh, when they went to the club.
Oh, you did say that.
Or, when, shit. Or maybe, there are so many good episodes of Living Single. Probably when Vivica Fox was on and she fake married Heavy D, and Regine tried to stop him. Another good episode was when this was such a sad episode though, when Overton started dating Cree Summer.
Oh yeah.
And Sinclair got jealous.
Oh, Sinclair.
Yeah. Or when Terrence Howard was on. Yo, everybody was on
legit.
Yeah. That's what I appreciated about black shows in the 90s. Because it was like all the niggas you see today have been on an early black show.
No, that's real.
Like Morris Chestnut was on Living Single. Neil Long was on Living Single.
And on Fresh Prince.
I loved when they went out.
Yeah, I did love them as a couple.
Yeah. I thought they were low-key going out, too, because they did that other movie with Whoopi Goldberg when she found out she was adopted and was half white and her daddy was Ted Danson.
Wasn't he still with Jada Pinkett at the time?
I don't know.
You've worked so hard for all the things you have. The salary, the status, the success. And with that image, there's a drink. One to unwind, one to loosen up, one to take the edge off. But how do you know when a drink is more than just a drink? We get it. We can help. Karen's Grandview program has been helping accomplished people just like you regain their lives. Talk to us. Visit karen.org/Grandview.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond Honey Roasted Almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond Almonds. Crave victoriously.
But, yeah. Like, Living Single was the truth. But then there's the all-time nigga favorite show of all time.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, so I've struggled with this. Martin used to be the show of the 90s.
Yes, like
On
my
Fox.
family gathered.
It was 8 o'clock, Martin, 8:30, Living Single, 9 o'clock in Living Color.
My family gathered to watch Martin.
Yeah.
We loved Martin.
Yeah.
And I was allowed to watch it.
Yeah. My mother allowed me to watch it.
Okay.
My grandmother, she was like, but she also let me watch the O.J. Simpson trial, so whatever. She said, this is history.
Yo, your grandmother's a gem.
Yeah, she is everything. I talked to her yesterday.
What was that one quote she said?
How we're all one vote away from the auction block?
That's it.
Yeah. She also... I can't tell you what she told me yesterday.
Tell me.
Well, actually, no, I can't. She was like, you got any white friends? I was like, well, I mean, yeah, but you have
white friends?
You know.
I literally have never seen you with a white friend.
They're distant. Like, I have, like...
Like, they must be super distant. I've known you for a while.
Yeah, like, one of my best friends from high school, she lives in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
white girl in Baltimore. Baltimore.
Yeah. It's more like Baltimore. You know, like Hairspray.
Oh, got it.
And then, like, my one white gay.
Who's that? I don't know him.
No. Oh, yeah, no. You don't. He used to live here.
Shows you listeners, he ain't got no white friends.
No, but like as like in my active circle, no. And it's not by like design. It just happens to. Well, I guess maybe it's by design, but it's not like I am excluding like white friends. It's just like that's just how. I just don't really.
Let me tell y'all something.
You know,
he has brought 32 random niggas as his friends to my house, and not a single one of them have ever been white. I'm trolling you right now. It's
I
just
know
fun.
you are. I'm just really trying to figure out like, there's only been like.
It's just funny.
Maybe before I met you, because there was one he moved, but he used to hang out with us.
Everybody's surprised I have a couple white friends.
Yeah, me too.
It's a couple.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
mostly black.
Yeah, but Martin,
literally one of my favorite shows.
I don't think it's that funny now.
Martin is funny still.
It's not.
It is. Hustle Man, like I legit like when
That's because you like nigga funny.
Like when Hustle Man walked into the barbershop, it goes walla walla wah 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 wah. Like I cried. Do you know how much I rewinded that?
I'm sure you did.
I got it, Chief. Like it's not even my favorite episode. Is not even Pick Up the Pieces.
I think I'll never forget when the Tommy the Hitman Hearns episode came out. My mother cried laughing for 2 weeks straight, just busting a random like fit of like laughter, and you know she had to dub it on the VHS.
Yes.
So she would rewind it when he came out the apartment with the head big as the apartment.
The episode where Gina was allergic to avocado.
Was that when she got her head stuck in the No, that's
a different one.
Yeah, when her mama came.
No, this is when Martin was going to his reunion, and so he sent her out to go get all this pampering because he was like so worried about being the flyest one there, like to show what he's been doing with himself. Like, I got a fly chick on my arm, I got this, I'm a radio show host, blah 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 blah. So he sent her out to go to the dentist, and she had an avocado mask, and she's allergic to avocado. And the dentist drilled, and so she was drooling from her mouth. Talking, I got Novocaine, like, and she showed up to the reunion. That's when they had Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Oh God, there's so many. Kenya Moore was on Martin. The episode with the puppy. Chilligan's Island.
Oh, that is one episode I do remember and know. There ain't no damn puppy.
Ain't no damn puppy.
That was funny.
And then
or when he
the
when
snowstorm.
He went to, with Miss Jerry. I always remember Miss Jerry, and I always remember you got to work on Myra's feet.
When
she lost the tickets in the
episode where Gina and Pam were trying to join this like exclusive women's club.
Oh, and Shanae turned them out.
Yes,
that was actually on the other day on MTV2.
That was one of the best episodes.
Shout out to our friends at MTV2 who listen. Yay!
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the episode where Who Stole Martin's CD player. He told Cole, he said, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. He had the fake dog, and he would make the dog. And you could see everybody laughing in the background.
I think that's what was the funny part, was when like they would break the fourth wall or like break character, because it
happens so much if you pay attention.
Yeah. Oh
my God. There's literally so many episodes of Martin. I can't even I could probably have an entire episode on Martin.
But we're not. So, there's tons of other notable black shows, but these are the ones that we picked so far. And now let's talk about Carrie Hilson.
Carrie Hilson black shows.
Yeah.
The shows that you like, and some of you may love even, but they're still not up there with the top black shows. Just is what it is.
Sister, I got my own mind. I do my own style in my own time.
So Sister, like, I watched them.
I literally have probably seen every episode of Sister
And
Sister.
before we even begin, most of the Carrie Hilson shows were all on You Pick a Nigga.
Yeah.
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 All on Mondays.
Sister Sister was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Because Lisa was black. She's the one who added the black to the show.
Yeah, because Ray was... They
A
were
Republican.
really stushed to live in Detroit.
Ray, they lived in the suburbs, and Ray was a Republican.
Yeah, he was.
A limo driver, didn't want his son dating anybody who looked too crazy. Remember when Jason Weaver was on there? He was supposed to be like a nigga.
Yeah, which...
Right.
Yeah.
Jason Weaver.
Yeah.
Have you seen his, like... Jason Weaver got, like, the ill blunt lips.
Yeah.
How, Sway?
Sometimes relationships get ill.
No doubt.
Yeah. I don't know. Sister Sister was like... It was just an odd premise.
It was.
Like, let's go live with this stranger.
It's like
who
they
happens
had
be-
to create this, like, crazy scenario in order to make this identical twin show interesting.
Yeah. But it was the 90s, and so it was so crazy that it worked.
Yeah.
Because try that shit now, and everybody would look at you like, girl, what the fuck?
Twins who met in the mall.
Right. Like, that's so stupid. People don't even meet in person anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah, that's dumb. But yeah,
What's a mall?
Yeah, mall. What?
What's a mall?
Yeah, like shop online, nigga. Yeah, I don't even remember how it even ended. Oh yeah, because her and Ray got together.
Nah, Lisa got married to another nigga.
Oh, but didn't they date?
They dated, and then they broke up.
And they lived in the same house.
And they lived in the same house. They never moved away from each other.
Huh.
At this point, the girls are in college.
Uh-huh.
And
she married Professor Ogilvy.
Nah, she was with, that was earlier.
Oh.
She ended up with Beyonce's stepdaddy.
Oh wow. Okay.
And Beyonce's stepsister was on the show too. She was the nemesis, Rhonda.
Oh wow.
You remember when Rhonda went away to camp and they were like, Rhonda changed, and she came back looking like Fermel from Catfish. They were like, Rhonda?
Yeah.
And then
they were so confused.
They were so like, yo, life has been cruel to you.
Yeah.
And then Bud came on the show as one of the
Yeah.
boyfriends.
Yeah, he had gotten fine by then.
Roger started flat ironing his hair with a Marcel iron.
Yeah. You know, Roger, like, he never grew, like, on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Like, and he just looked like a little stud lesbian, like the old time.
Especially, he looked like
Toto.
Toto.
DeBrat. Yeah. He looked like DeBrat.
The total brat.
Yeah.
Like, he, like, when I tell you he put the ill Mazzani perm on his hair.
Silky.
He let it get to the
red.
point where it, like,
pretty and silky and lots of fun.
Started burning, and then it was
Yeah.
like, okay, you can wash it out.
Yeah.
And then bumped it with the Marcel iron.
Mm-hmm.
That the straight middle part had to be a rat tail comb.
Yeah.
Like,
he had the Aaliyah.
Yeah, and that's when he like started showing he could sing, cause
Yeah.
IMX was out.
Yeah. At some point we'll talk about that.
And then they had him singing like every 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then he randomly sang at their graduation.
Because that was after his nuts dropped.
Yeah. But they had every random nigga on Sister Sister.
Tyrese.
Bumper Robinson. What's his name? Who passed away? Who was also on the Cosby Show? Rudy's boyfriend.
Oh, Mr.
Romeo.
I was say Mr. from Steve Harvey Show.
Romeo, yeah.
Yeah. God, he was so
Santana.
fine. Yeah, he was so fine.
He was actually. Low key.
It's probably because he met Brandy.
What?
You know she's the Grim Reaper.
No, you have to take this out.
No, I'm not. I am not. Because who's dead?
Santana.
I know, girl. I know he died. Everybody who comes in contact with Brandy dies. Let's just call a thing a thing.
Oh my God.
Fine, we'll talk about Moesha.
Love in the morning, meeting is morning, it's me. Now realizing my responsibility, it's me.
Think about all the people that have been on Moesha
Okay,
who are not
all
living with
right,
us.
we'll get there.
Andel.
We'll get there.
No,
Okay,
we're
we'll
going to
get
talk
there.
about it now. Andel.
But we not done with this.
I don't care. Andel. Bernie Mac. Hakeem.
Oh my God.
Whitney Houston.
Oh my God.
The lady from the highway.
She killed the whole African.
You saw Countess Vaughn's video.
She's no longer with us.
Proving my point. We don't know what happened to JW.
Where is JW?
Exactly. Could be dead.
You know what? No, I'm not even going to do that.
Where's Frank?
Where is Judy Winslow?
She met Brandy.
Where is Frank? Cheryl Lee Ralph is still around, though. She does some stuff in The Girl.
Yeah, that's
Events
because
and
she's
things.
Jamaican, and so she warded off that bad juju.
That is real. Wow, that is, you know what? That's a revelation.
Yeah.
If you got upset about that, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Like, he just proved me, because I was initially like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah, no.
But, yo, the entire...
And she's been acting a fool lately, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The entire cast of Moesha is...
Half of not with us. Speaking of Moesha, this is about to be a long episode.
It's fine.
Did you ever see that movie with Amber Rose,
What?
Drew Sidora,
What?
and Eva Marcel?
What?
It's called Sister Code. Let me
tell you about how no, that's not true, because I watched Brotherly Love. But sometimes when it comes to our people and their straight to Netflix films,
it's like straight ass cheeks. But
right.
the reason why I bring that up is because Lil Miles Mitchell is on there playing a rapper. And when I tell you, he looks like the way Casey Haley does currently.
He was on Bad Girls Club.
I know, but he looks like he died 3 years ago.
He got the ill blunt lips too.
He has a blunt face.
And a conch. No, I'm sorry, a curl. He got a curl.
Well, not in there. He had a low cut. But either way, he does not drink water.
No, but he didn't, he was a troubled child too. Remember, he was smoking weed at like 9.
Yeah.
And then Countess Vaughn.
Yeah.
Those ass cheeks at the end of that video.
Yeah, with Jensen Atwood, who
Never again. Please.
And I have his number still, and I feel like anyway. Yeah, so Moesha was a horrible, amazingly horrible show.
They had some really black episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
get your chicken here.
like, they had some really black episodes. And then the episode where Frank called Moesha a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you about how when a black parent gets upset,
all bets are off.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like,
you're gonna get these
we're
words.
fighting.
You're gonna get these words.
Like, if you weren't my parents, we would box in the street.
Listen,
And
my
even
mother,
then-
my mother has punched me in the chest. Yeah. You better believe when she got upset, she's probably said something.
Yeah.
No, Moesha was an awful human being, though.
For several reasons. And it's like, I know that, her mother had passed away, and so she was struggling, and she was grieving all through high school. Everybody's insufferable in high school for the most part.
Remember when Britney Spears died for 5 minutes?
Just 5?
Well, more like 5 times 5 times 5.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing how 6 Degrees, how she was in a relationship with Kevin Felder or whatever his name was. And then he was the baby daddy of Niecy, who was one of the best friends of Madame Norwood.
6 Degrees of Brandy Norwood. Yeah. Could be you next if you're listening.
Steer clear.
Yep. But, yeah, like, and then, like, you remember that episode, and I just recently watched it, where, like, she experienced racism for the first time, where she went out with that pretty white boy.
Yeah.
And, like, they took her to, like, he took her to, like, this billiard.
He was the white boy of the 90s.
He was.
Yeah.
He was, like, on par with Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah. He was like all the niggas who
like,
were on Sister Sister. Like, he was the white boy version of that.
Yeah. Like, he was, like, on Tiger Beat and shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
He had, like, hair and, like...
Yes, bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was what Nillas were into in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like
real, a flannel shirt with a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
And, like, you
with
do the pose
and,
where your knee is up and you got your elbow on your knee.
With a pair of Chucks.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the white boys were wearing on their feet.
They wore Chucks.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, they wore Chucks.
Okay.
Because it was like a skater thing. It was like, you know, like...
I would go back and reference Clueless, but I vowed never again.
But all those niggas were like what the Nillas were into in the 90s. Like the white boys. Like that was like their thing.
What did white boys wear? I don't remember.
I don't know. But the point is, yeah, he was the white boy of the 90s.
He was.
But then, more importantly... But see, that episode troubled me because the nigga started trouble because the nigga was like, that was just angry because, like, that white boy didn't do anything to them.
No.
He was just minding his own business.
Just being white.
And here come this angry darky.
Can I tell a story real quick?
You can.
It has nothing to do with TV.
That's fine.
So, my friend Antoinette texted me the other day. Shout out to Around the Way Curls. If you're one of the Shea Butter hoes like myself, then you will enjoy the site. Hosted by my 2 homies. Yeah. Anyway, so Antoinette texted me the other day and she told me a story about this black woman who was sitting on the train. And so the black woman like had her bags on the seat next to her and wasn't allowing anybody to sit down. So nobody was even really like fooling with her because she had RBF. Yeah. So this white girl, and the black woman also had her headphones on. So this white girl comes on the train and Antoinette says she was very polite. And she was like, excuse me, you mind moving your bag so I can sit down? And the lady stone cold ignored her. And she's like motioning and she's trying to be polite and she like ignored her. So then she like, I think she said she tapped her. And the woman went off. And the girl, like the woman went off thinking like, oh, this is some timid white girl. She's not about to say nothing to me. Or whatever. And the white girl was defending herself. And Antoinette said she almost spoke up to defend her because she said this lady was 100% wrong. Yeah. And then the white girl says, she goes, and the woman start yelling about how Black Lives Matter and police are shooting black people. Miss, I totally 100% agree with that, but that don't have nothing to do with your stuff on another seat. Right. And that's what I don't like. Don't holler racism when we are already going through enough. Don't add problems to the real problems that we are already facing as a people on an everyday basis. Yeah. Don't do that. We're moving backwards here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, we're trying to progress and we are already set back every day and it's not our fault. So don't add to that. So anyway, she starts hollering about that. That don't have nothing to do with it. And Antoinette was about to say that. And then the white girl goes, well, if you would turn your rap music down. Aww. And this goes back to Chrysalis Reed from last week, where she talked about how Hillary Clinton almost had her. Yeah. And then she had to go back and backtrack.
Yeah.
Like, y'all always ruin it. Stop responding.
Yeah.
Same thing with Justin Timberlake, all of you. Like, stop responding.
It's because white people have to have the last
They
word.
got to have the last word. Anyway, let's go back to our happy episode.
Yeah.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page.
You know what show was really kind of awful?
What?
Family Matters.
Yeah, it was. Like, the
Yeah.
fact that Judy disappeared with, never a mention again.
Like, have you ever tried watching it now?
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
it's
as
not
entertaining.
good. It just, no.
It doesn't hold up.
And when I tell you, like, the world had Urkel fever, and I hated it because I look like Jaleel White. So, like, for years, I used to get called Urkel, and it didn't
my
help because,
God.
I had really thick glasses.
Did you all of a sudden change into, like,
And I had
silk
high
suits, take your
waters.
glasses off, and, like, start dancing to Babyface songs?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
What was your favorite episode of Family Matters?
Oh, God, I didn't really have one. It wasn't like we watched it because it's like, oh, it's Urkel. It's the 90s.
That's true.
I
don't
remember
think-
like specific episodes, and I only remember two. One when Tracy Spencer was on, and the other one when Shanice was on.
You remember the one where Urkel got drunk?
Absolutely not.
You don't?
No.
Somebody spiked the punch.
Actually, I do remember that.
That's when they did the Urkel.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, everybody was obsessed with Urkel. Like, I remember my mother bought Urkel O's, and, like, they were so disgusting.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me, bro.
Yeah. I was just like, the world was obsessed.
I think I watched it because it was a part of TGIF. It was a black show.
It was the Anchor show.
And it worked. It worked at the time, but like you
Step by
said...
Step came on after it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was one of the widest shows of all time.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah. But, like, it did not age well.
No, it didn't.
And
where is Judy Winslow?
I don't know. Maybe she meant Brandy. It's true. I listen.
She started doing porn. I forgot.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Judy Winslow started doing porn.
You know Ronnie from
And she was on, like, a dick shit or something.
You know Ronnie from Players Club? She looks exactly like Aunt Thelma. Cause she was on Iyanla the other day.
Why?
It's...
She's still working in a strip club?
I mean, whatever.
Okay. So, forget the Carrie Hilson shows. Like, there's so many of them. Parenthood, all that, whatever. You have the new age black shows.
Okay.
Blackish, duh.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you how Blackish is really funny. For two reasons. Diane
I was gonna say.
and Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis is like a gift to humanity.
I tell you, she is... And because the thing is, she's playing herself.
In every single thing, and it works. She was in Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
She's on Blackish. Like, she's been...
You know, she's in my favorite movie of all time, Jackie's Back.
Right.
Like, she is everything.
I love Jennifer Lewis.
But Marseille, little Diane, when I tell you she deserves an Emmy.
She does.
She is literally like her comedic delivery.
Your short friend.
Yeah. Like, it's so... Her parents listen to our show. Mm-hmm. They won't let her listen because we curse too much.
She shouldn't.
She should not listen to us.
No.
She knows who we are, though. But yeah, like, she is so amazing. Like, I love her so much. But it's just, I wish Blackish was on at a different time.
I wish Blackish was on for an hour.
That, and it's on really late.
And I love Charlie.
Like...
No, I watch it. I love Blackish.
I mean, no, I like it too, but I'm just like, I wish it was like on at 8 o'clock.
That's because you're an old lady.
No, it's because Okay, yeah.
You want to get up in the morning and have toast and tea. Like, it comes on at a fine time. Then
No, fuck you, because that's what I have in the morning.
see? Toast and tea.
I have coffee, thank you. No, sometimes I have tea. Crystal bought me a Keurig, so I use the fuck out of it.
She bought me a Keurig too.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorites. Everybody Hates Chris.
You know,
That show is so underrated.
that show is funny, but you know, I struggle with it because Terry Crews is on it.
I don't have the issue with Terry Crews that you have.
And that's fine. You don't have to have the same issue with Terry Crews that I have.
I appreciate the show because he doesn't take his shirt off in it.
That
He
would
doesn't
make- that
bounce
would
his
even-
titties.
That would make that even more uncomfortable for me.
He doesn't. No, he does that in everything else, but he doesn't
I
do
know,
it.
and it
Everybody
makes me
Hates Chris.
really uncomfortable. If you didn't know, Terry Crews makes me really uncomfortable. Like, and I can't.
Irrationally so. Like, for no reason.
No, he just makes me he totally.
Well,
creeps me out.
he plays his role well.
Yeah, like, and like the situations that little Chris goes through are like kind of situations that like all little young boys go through
Yep.
at his age, like trying to impress girls and like.
I appreciate that they're
Money.
from the hood, but they're still a family. Tanya's aggravating as hell.
Yeah.
She's like my little sister. She was like my little sister. My little sister used to blackmail the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But I love Everybody Hates Chris. Like, that is definitely one of my favorite New Age Black shows. And then another one of my favorites, My Wife and Kids.
Good morning, loved ones. My handsome son is fine. His lovely lady and their baby. Little Katie has my heart. And a boyfriend who is smart. Then there's Claire who's so fair. And that guy over there with no hair. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You know, I don't really like that show. Let me tell
Really?
you why. No, because they were horrible parents. And I'm going to break this down for you. Because I had, you know, the Kyles, they were like an attractive family or whatever. But they berated Lil Junior for
They
being
did.
slow. I mean, he was. And also having a kid really young. Just like them.
But then they kind of like got over that.
No. And number two, so they had an episode where Claire went to prom.
Yes.
And because, you know, what was the mama's name?
Gina.
When Gina Waters got knocked up, she had to miss prom. So Homie the Clown.
By the way, My Wife and Kids is a spinoff from Martin. Because Gina left. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
And so she met this nice man. She moved.
Homie the Clown.
Yeah. She moved to New York from Detroit. And then she moved to Connecticut and they had a family.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to Gina. Anyway.
Yeah, so anyway, her and like they were the chaperones of Claire's prom.
Yes.
Claire mama got the same dress as Claire.
Same
hairstyle. And then they showed up and showed out at that fucking prom and won prom king and prom queen.
And did her classic dance that she does at everything.
And when Claire voiced her opinion about it, they made her feel bad. That she was in the wrong.
Yeah.
That is completely fucked up. Like, I would have emancipated myself right then and there because you niggas are selfish.
First of all, Michael Kyle taught his children lessons by, like, traumatizing them.
Well, so did Bill Cosby.
Yeah, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because my father did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, my father wasn't there, so I don't know. But
like, it's always one of those niggas. Y'all know those niggas. Like, don't even be like, oh, XD. Like, I mean, like, be like, oh, XD, but it's always one of them niggas that be like, oh, my dad.
whatever.
I don't have a dad. I'm sorry.
Based on who listens to this show, I'm not the only one.
Oh my God. How dare you? Be offended. Be offended, guys. He said y'all are fatherless.
No, I didn't. Statistically,
He said
yeah.
you're in grades. Shiftless niggas with no futures. Do you hear this? Don't vote for Trump.
No. Anyway, the Kyles were horrible parents.
They were, but I still like the show.
Okay.
We have to throw like a Nilla segment in there.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, they make some good shows.
Yeah, they do. Damn it. Yeah.
So like, I have a list.
Yeah.
My favorite Nilla show of all time. Seinfeld.
Okay.
Primarily because I have a little bit of Jerry in me, and no, I am not a Jewish middle-aged man. But he's very picky, and before my husband, like, I remember I looked at one dude and I was like, I can't.
He was
They had the episode with Man Hands, with the low talker.
Yes. Man Hands, and fucking George made it hot. She has man hands.
And then the episode where he dated this girl and he couldn't remember her name. And so he like was trying everything.
Introduce her.
He was trying to introduce her. And then so he remembered her saying that her name rhymed with a part of the female anatomy. And he could not figure out what it was. And at the end of the episode, it was like Dolores. Like the Soup Nazi episode.
You know, they finally closed the soup Nazi spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was over on Astor.
Oh.
Astor and Broadway.
The episode,
right by Harvey Milk.
The episode where George was a hand model. The episode where Elaine bought JFK's golf clubs for her boss. Like, Seinfeld was a hilarious show. Like, it was... I'm sorry. It was hilarious. Like, Seinfeld is literally one of my top 5 favorite shows.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I love Larry David. Ironically.
Yeah.
Because y'all know how I feel.
Yeah. Well, you know, I love Nilla shows. I'm so excited.
You love Nilla stuff.
I do, but I'm very, very black. You know, my favorite show of all time is Friends. Listen, I grew up as an only child. And fatherless, apparently. So...
Stop!
So, I had to so I had this really weird obsession with New York. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I found Friends. They came on You Pick a Nigga right before Moesha. And they were my friends.
That's probably when I went to go wash the dishes.
Yeah. I used to watch them after Jeopardy.
Like, please explain to me
because everybody watched Jeopardy.
What was appealing about it?
Them they are funny. Phoebe Buffay was hilarious.
I know Phoebe.
Yes.
And Phoebe's funny.
Yes.
But that's it.
I also had a crush on on David Schwimmer.
I knew you were gonna say the weird looking one.
Oh my god, he's not weird.
He looks like a shark.
Okay. But listen, they had
David Schwimmer.
Yeah. But they had really classic episodes like. Why are you laughing?
Because he looks like a shark. His name's David Schwimmer.
Okay. Grow up. No, they had classic episodes. Like they were on the air for 10 whole ass years. Like,
I'm trying
that
to
is
think if
epic.
there's
Like,
ever a full
and then, like,
episode.
in the last episode, they had this big event in San Pedro Square in San Jose. And, like, me and my friend Brandon, who just got married, congrats to him. Yeah, and I also was reminded that I'm also, like, single and alone. Because Facebook does that to you.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, and our friend Con, and we went and they had like free food, and we watched the last episode on the big screen, like in San Pedro Square in San Jose. It used to be outdoor, now it's closed in. But yeah, like so many, like when like the jellyfish episode, or like when what's her name, Tasmanian Devil was on there. I'm Rhonda, and these aren't real. Why am I telling you this? You don't know.
Nothing.
Sherry Shepherd. There we go.
You know I don't see it for Sherry Shepherd.
Yeah, but her part was funny. Gabrielle Union was on it. I like Gabrielle Union now because now I realize that she's a little woke, and
she is pretty black.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised because I didn't get that from her. You know what I mean? Like initially.
But like, yeah.
As now more
like,
than ever.
I figure if you're friends with Tracy Ellis Ross, you're okay.
Yeah. Especially now more than ever, she's like outspoken. She's writing op-eds in the LA Times, and
right on.
She's all right.
Right on.
Being Mary Jane made it okay.
All right. I still don't know.
Why didn't we talk about Mary Jane on this show?
Because I don't watch it.
Okay. But yeah, Friends was great. But more importantly, one of the greatest white shows of all time that both you and I watch.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did the biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah.
The Golden Girls was such a great show.
It was. Did we just talk about the Golden Girls?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, the Golden Girls was such like a... And there's never been any other like it. Like, people duplicate like Friends and shit, or like Girlfriends or whatever, or Sex in the City, but like the Golden Girls is lit. I guess they tried to on TV Land.
What?
Yeah, with like I think it's called Younger, but they're not like old people. They're like middle-aged people.
I'm cool. Golden Girls was cool.
But like Golden Girls, like, and it's still relevant today.
Yeah, like
there was an episode.
Blanche was a hoe.
Yeah, there was an episode the other day, and Sophia told the dog, "Go find me a viable Democratic candidate." I was like, "Damn."
They were funny.
Yes.
Golden Girls was legit funny.
Funny. I still like if I'm awake, which I probably will tonight. Like I will watch the Golden Girls every night at 11 o'clock on the Hallmark Channel from 11 to 1.
Hallmark Channel.
Like, and it's been like that for years. It used to be on Lifetime and Hallmark, but now it's exclusively on Hallmark.
Who are you? You're Blanche? No, you're
I don't have that much sex to be
no, you don't.
to be Blanche.
Not Blanche. You're
I'm
Dorothy.
very Dorothy.
Yeah.
Because we dress the same.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've said this.
Yeah.
And I am
Sophia.
I'll take it. I'm always the surly old woman.
Because you are a surly old woman.
Enjoyed Golden Girls. Yes, very much so. Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh God. When their neighbor had that tree, and they tried to write the petition to get the tree taken down, but then the woman was a bitch, and then she died, and so they felt guilty. And so they went to have the funeral, and then like everybody was just like, no one showed up except this one woman, and she realized that she was at the wrong funeral.
Oh my God.
What other? Oh, when they went on vacation, and they went on vacation to another beach, and Blanche booked the hotel, but she booked them in like a hotel where they were all like call girls and shit in the hotel, and so they all got arrested, and so Sophia had to come. Sophia had to come bail them out.
I actually like the episode where Blanche was like, I think she was going out with like a football player in high school, and he was fine or whatever, and then he's like the only nigga who ever turned her down.
Oh yeah, he came back fat.
Yeah, he came back fat and unattractive.
Yeah.
And he still was rejecting her.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the reason was. They said it at the end though.
Oh, because it was her sister that played him. And he was like, "Oh, that wasn't you." She was like, "No, that was Virginia."
Oh, is that what the ending was?
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, my bad. It was a misunderstanding. So can we fuck?" And she was like, "Skirt."
Oh yeah, that was the ending.
Yeah.
Moving on from the Golden Girls. Did you watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, I did.
Like the whole show?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like 8 seasons of us trying to figure out. It was these two niggas who were in a relationship the whole time. So
I didn't watch it when it came on TV.
I actually don't even remember how it ended.
It ended with the mother dying.
Yeah.
It was like horrible, actually.
Yeah.
I appreciate how I watched it though, because I didn't watch
it. It was Willow who, I don't remember her real name. Willow from Buffy. She was the mama, right?
I didn't watch Buffy. It was a white girl with wide eyes.
Willow.
Okay. So no. The one who turned lesbian on Buffy?
Yeah.
Why do I know that? I didn't even watch that show.
Okay.
Why do I know that? Anyway.
It's pop culture.
So no, she was on the show, but she wasn't the mother.
That wasn't her?
No.
For real? Mm-mm. Maybe I didn't finish watching it because I remember I didn't watch it while it was on. Like it was on, but I was behind. So I ended up like watching it on like Netflix.
I watched it on Netflix. It was completely done when we watched it. So, and then he ended up with Robin. But no, me and Tristan loved How I Met Your Mother. Like we were into it. So when we started watching it, like we watched it all the way through.
Neil Patrick Harris was on it. And
Neil Patrick Harris was hilarious.
I love him. I don't really see it too much for white homosexuals.
Bernie. Feel the burn.
Yeah.
I loved him on there.
Yeah,
and then another show that we binge watched that we were like late on, Mad Men. Did you watch Mad Men?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I love seeing John Hamm go back and forth between like serious Don Draper, and then he plays those stupid roles where he plays like a drunk or an asshole. Like that's hilarious to me. He's funny actually. But my favorite character on Mad Men was Roger.
I'm not surprised.
He is hilarious. Like he's the best character on the whole show. I still haven't watched the second part to season 7 though. The very like last half season, because remember the last season came out in 2 parts.
Yeah.
I never watched the second part yet.
Oh.
I couldn't find it for a long time when I was trying to watch it, and then now that it's available, I just haven't watched it yet because I feel like I need to go back and watch the whole show now.
Speaking of the show in the same vein, The Sopranos.
One of my favorites.
I did not like how it ended.
It was horrible. It ended horribly.
First of all, The Sopranos started out as a comedy. Like as a dark comedy, and then it eventually turned into a drama.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember watching the first episode. I mean, I shouldn't have been watching it. I was way too young. But my mother I was an only child, and she worked.
You're just going to make us sad the whole episode.
I'm not. I mean, whatever.
Keep reminding us.
Yeah. I was a latchkey child, so TV raised me. Mom,
when's Dad coming home?
I'm sorry. He's not.
Anyway.
Yeah. Sopranos, it was funny. And then it turned.
I loved Sopranos.
I can't believe James Gandolfini is no longer with us.
Oh my god, like that made me so sad.
I was like, nigga, what?
That made me so
Tell
sad.
me?
And it makes me even more sad because we'll never ever get like the ending to this show. Like I was like, can y'all turn this into a movie? I love The Sopranos. I don't care if people thought it was a horrible show. I love The Sopranos.
It only got horrible in the final season.
Like, I love Paulie. It's one of my favorites.
No, second to the last season it got horrible.
Yeah, it did, but I was invested by that point, so I kept watching it.
It's kind of like Weeds, but then Weeds... Okay, anyway.
Another Nilla show that I like, Pretty Little Liars. Like, at this point, I watched the first season, and I was like, well, at this point, the show is awful, but, like, I need to know what happens.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't feel ashamed about it anymore.
But we would be remiss if we did not talk about this one Nilla show that changed the scope of white women everywhere.
What? Oh. That's more your jam.
Sex in the motherfucking City.
I didn't watch it.
Really?
Nah.
Oh my gosh. Looking back, Sex in the City was racist.
Yeah.
Classist. It was...
Classist.
You know, but the thing is, you can't really watch shit back then with 2016 eyes. Because, you know, we're all of our third eyes are open.
That's true.
Yeah. Because, like, sometimes, like, when I watch Martin now, I'm like, oh, Martin was a Twitter nigga and really problematic.
But hilarious.
Like, you would, like, not fuck with him in real life. But, like,
no.
Because, like, if Martin came on now, I'd be like...
Oh, you're that nigga who didn't claim his baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wears cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Camo cargo shorts. Total side. I honestly, like, when I see, like, a nigga in, like, camo, like, pants or cargo shorts, I automatically think he has a baby he's not taking care of.
Tristan has camo.
Oh.
Pants and cargo shorts.
Damn. Prove me wrong, bros.
He's got both.
Oh, well, sometimes, listen, there's exceptions to every rule.
Yes.
Yeah. But for the most part, I'm right.
This is true.
Yeah. Your husband also has a full-time job.
2. My man got 2 jobs.
That's it. So, yeah, Sex and the City. Like, Carrie Bradshaw was a horrible human being. And you know what? Like, people come to New York, like, especially the homosexuals, they feel like they want to be on their Carrie Bradshaw and find love.
Didn't they find out how much that rent is?
Right, and type and shit, because, you know, niggas love having, like, a site and want to write and a blog and shit, and, like, write about their dating experiences in hopes of getting a book like Carrie Bradshaw. And they realize it's just, like, that's not what it is. Like, just go get a real job. Like, you're gonna fuck, okay, fine, but, like, yeah. Like, Carrie was broke. How she lived in a rent-controlled apartment on 72nd and Park. Could never afford her rent. It was only $1,000 for that one bedroom.
She spent all her money on her clothes. She probably had mad credit cards.
She did.
See?
They were all maxed out.
See?
The only one that made sense was Charlotte. She married rich.
I wouldn't have been friends with
and
none
had
of them.
babies. Yeah. I mean, Samantha, she was just a hoe.
I couldn't have been her friend, though. I would have been like, girl, you're doing way too much right now.
Yeah, like, Samantha's labia was just, like, all over, like, Financial District.
Like, you are doing... I did see the movies. I was forced into seeing the movies. I felt like I've said that before.
You were forced to see the movies?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Homegirls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Homegirls was like, come see, Sex and the City. It's opening night. And, like, I was like... y'all going to get something to eat after, or like?
Are we going to Cheesecake Factory?
So then no, because these hoes trumped me and said, "Oh no, we going to the movie theater where you can order food."
Oh,
I was like, fine. So I went. You can order beer.
Yeah.
So I went. First of all, and if I bet some of y'all listen to this show, all these hoes who are invested in this show, whatever, if that's what you want.
I'm not invested in this. I was when I was younger. Now I'm like...
And I do have friends who are fully invested. Like, Dustin is fully invested in Sex and the City.
Oh.
I think it's Dustin. Is it Dustin? Anyway. Regardless. Might not be Dustin. He might cuss me out for that. Okay. But, anyway. I have friends who are fully invested in Sex and the City. How ever. These girls came to the movie theaters in heels, dressed up like tutus and like stuff under their skirt that was hanging out, like corsets and like just their finest club clothes to the movies.
Yeah, what?
They were dressed up for the opening night of Sex and the City. T-shirts, like those Beyonce shirts before they were Beyonce shirts, black and pink with Sex and the City stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
Like
people used to come to New York and like go on like bus tours of where they would like go eat and shit.
I was like, this is this big?
Yeah. I want to be like these fabulous ass white women.
And the movie wasn't bad. I felt like I've watched the whole show in that first movie. That second movie though,
when they went to Abu Dhabi.
You know why? You know why I deserve that? Because that time I went to a regular movie theater and I got weaseled into it then too, because they said they was gonna get something to eat after. So I was like, all right, I'll go. And like I should have just met them at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So, and then your favorite Nilla show.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.
Yeah, what's your life about?
I don't know.
I said Lauren Conrad.
Oh, yeah, The Hills. First of all, The Hills is motherfucking epic. You hear me? Like, The Hills is so good. And now I'm forced to buy it on DVD because, like, it's not really, like, streaming all that much.
It's not on Hulu anymore?
Nah, fam, not first season. Like, unless if you have cable, you have to, like, go on MTV's site and, like, watch it. But you have to log in. But this just all proves, like, the DVDs are, like, $13, so I'll just buy them. But anyway, The Hills had like black problems.
Yo, Spencer was a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Quite entertaining.
Yeah, love him. He was the pre-Scott Disick.
I made my husband go back and watch. Like I was like, let's go watch this. I was like, I want you to see how horrible this white boy is, and he was entertained.
Yeah, Spencer Pratt was like quality TV.
Yeah.
Regardless of how fake it was.
Yeah.
Like, he was great.
He still was horrible. He would punch niggas in the face.
Yeah. Scott Disick hasn't gotten that far yet. He's just very witty.
He would lie.
Yeah.
No, I think Spencer was a way worse person than Scott Disick.
He was.
Because Spencer's the type of white nigga who'll stop taking care of his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's exactly who he is.
I don't care if you're not my blood, you're not loyal. Daddy, all I said was I wanted oatmeal and not cream of wheat.
Yeah.
You're not loyal.
Yeah.
I disown you.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
Enough of white shows, because, ooh, shit. It's time for a break, actually.
In honor of my man Don Draper and the spirit that I've mentioned before as one of my favorites, I'm going to feature Basil Hayden Bourbon. It's 80 proof and a small batch bourbon, part of the Jim Beam family. Enjoy it in a ginger cocktail, on the rocks, or neat. Listen to Jade and XD every week for cocktails, spirits, and tips.
We'd be remiss if we did not talk about the younger shows.
Or the grown niggas who watched them, because Crystal calls Corporate Barbie La Cienega.
It's fine.
Family, a family, proud family. They'll make you scream, they make you wanna sing. It's a family thing, a family, proud family, proud family. They'll push your buttons, they make you wanna hug them. Family, a family, proud family.
Proud family.
Family, a family.
Proud family. They'll push your buttons, make you wanna hug them. Proud Family was such a good show.
Mainly because Beyonce was in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and me will always be tight. That was actually Solange's song.
I know, but Beyonce was still on it though.
Yeah.
She blessed it.
Yeah, she did.
Because you know why it's a Beyonce blessing? I'm going to tell you why it's a Beyonce blessing.
Okay.
Because one of the B-side shows we didn't mention in this was What was the show with Kyla Pratt and Flex?
One-on-One.
One-on-One. That was one of them B-side shows.
Yeah, also on You Pick a Nigga.
So, and they didn't pick you niggas.
No.
So, the reason this show was blessed by Beyonce was because it was such a good show and Kyla Pratt was on it. Because her voice makes me cringe. No shade.
None taken.
I just, you know how sometimes you can't figure out what's getting on your nerves? But it worked for Proud Family.
From?
I think Cali.
Really?
I think she has like a California accent.
Huh. I guess. I loved Proud Family. I watch it on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, girl.
That's all it's on?
Yeah. Oh, she is from LA. Yeah, it's not on like the Disney app or anything. It's not on Netflix.
Not on the Disney app.
Like, all I'm resulted in is like me and my friend Scotty, we were watching it on YouTube.
You know what is on the Disney app?
What?
Casey Undercover.
Oh, that's that show is Zendaya.
Zendaya's show. I love
Kadeem
that
Hardison.
show. Yes.
And that other woman from the 90s.
Yes, who was on Family Matters before.
Yeah.
She was Eddie Winslow's girlfriend.
Like, there's people from the 90s, I just never know their names. I'm just like, oh, that person from the 90s. Like that man on Queen Sugar.
Listen, I tried to Google her and I was like, Eddie Winslow's light-skinned girlfriend on Casey Undercover.
Yeah.
Bang, that's her.
Yeah. I don't know their names. They're just the people from the 90s.
It was her. Greta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was her name on Family Matters.
Yeah, that's her name on Family Matters.
That's crazy, nigga. That's me. We old.
Yeah.
Damn.
Kyla Pratt is 30.
Is she?
September 16th.
I remember when she was like 8.
Yeah. I always thought that I was older than her.
Wow.
Guess not.
It's
Anyway.
that voice.
Yeah. Anywho, you know the best show ever, and I hate the fact that she's who the fuck she is now.
Let's go. If you could gaze into the future, you might think life would be a breeze. See travel from a distance, yeah. Go right, but it's not that easy.
But That's So Raven.
Sorry, bro.
That's So Raven was motherfucking lit.
Thanks.
Like, That's So Raven was so good. I have a vision. Oh, snap! She was kind of coonish, but it was funny.
I couldn't do it. Like,
whatever.
She was so corny, and
it was Disney.
3J from Family Matters, like, who didn't make sense on Family Matters, but Family Matters didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But 3J was on the show, and then he got chubby and awkward, and he just was corny, and Raven Simone was corny, and it's just so much corny.
Wow. You sound mad.
No.
You sound mad.
No! I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Snick.
Oh, wow.
Did you watch Snick?
Yeah.
Did y'all watch Snick?
You know they did.
Are you afraid of the dark?
No, I wasn't. No.
No?
My mama, because at the time Snick was popping, my mother had just got saved again, so we didn't really watch.
My parents really weren't. My mother would just be like, "Is that demonized?" And we'd be like, "No."
Yeah, I didn't watch it until like Are You Afraid of the Dark until like the reruns when they come on during the day. So I'd watch it after school.
Oh.
Yeah,
it did come on after school.
Yeah, at the nighttime on Saturday nights, Christine was like,
Me and my sister set up shop. What else was on Snick? Was that not Clarissa? Clarissa Explains It All? Was that on original Snick?
That wasn't even on Snick. That was just like original ass show.
Oh.
Like it would just come out. Like,
what was on Snick? I keep trying to say Clarissa Explains
Alex
It All.
Smack.
Alex Smack, The Secret World of Alex Smack.
Yeah. And all that, of course.
All that.
And then, like, random shit that they would program that they would have.
You know who got...
Pete and Pete.
I loved Pete and Pete.
Me too.
You know who got on my nerves from all that?
Kel?
No.
Lori Beth Denberg?
I could not stand her. Every time she would do the news, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, I couldn't deal with her.
Well, she goes by Adele now.
But I like Adele.
Funny how the tables turn. 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 Now it's time for Fucked Up Song of the Week. This week, we figured we'd do an ode to our keeping up with our TV themes and talk about the worst theme song ever. Because it's so fucked up. Like,
it really is.
It's just... Go ahead. Take it away.
Good times. Anytime you need a payment.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Anytime you need a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Anytime you're out from under. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Keeping your head above water. Making a wave when you can.
That's a sermon right there. Right there. Like, truth is, I'm tired.
But I'm not going.
Right.
I'm not going to cry. Temporary layoffs. Good times.
There's nothing good about a temporary layoff.
Easy credit ripoffs.
There is nothing good about being scammed.
This is why black people's credit is so bad. They just don't know.
Because they celebrate the shit.
Right. Scratching and surviving. Now that's real.
Yeah.
Good times, but it's awful. Hanging and enjoying. Good time. What?
I thought it was hanging at the chow line.
That's what I thought. What are these lyrics? Hanging at the chow line.
Yeah.
Good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
No.
Good times.
Yeah.
Just looking out of the window.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the asphalt grow. So basically, you're depressed. You're depressed because you are watching the concrete.
That is so awful.
Thinking how it all looks hand me down.
What?
Thinking how it all looks hand me down. Is that what they say?
I don't remember.
Good times. Yeah. Good times. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs.
Good times.
Easy credit ripoffs.
Good times.
Hey, we lucky we got 'em. Good
times. Yeah. That song is awful.
Terrible.
That is awful.
Terrible.
You know, it's rust colored. You know who has an album?
Who?
Esther Roll. Yeah. She does.
Okay.
It's a gospel album.
Well, I'm never going to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this supersized episode of Jade and XD. If you listen to the whole thing, tweet both of us or Facebook both of us and on the page and say my neck, my back.
Please, if you send me a Kaya meme, I will block you. Do you hear me?
Or you could tell Jade, let me get a McPick too.
I will block your blessings.
Also, before we forget, our friends at Podcast in Color are having an event on September 30th.
Yes.
It's a live podcast event hosted by our friends, Sarome
Sarome.
Yeah, so go get your tickets over at podcastincolor.com. Link is in the description box wherever you're listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'. The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.